This is Horde of Viscount, and we're going to go through the Kaelaris Adventure speedrun I did, where I found a couple minor route improvements that I want to cover. That'll be really fun. First I tap out of the gate, continue going. Nothing special here. I missed that completely, not in the speedrun, I actually did. I bonk here because most of the time when I bonk here, you'll see that you touch the ground immediately. And it works 5 out of the 6 times about. And then here is the next trick. So as you see, this is a normal jump. You cannot make this jump to the next one. You'll notice in my video I do make it to the next jump. So I introduce you the higher jump. If you double press the jump button, like so, and this can be done on keyboard as well. I am using an Xbox controller and X-Patter, as you see from the bottom left, to show that my button presses. But you can see that it is a higher jump. You just double press it really fast. If you add a little lag to it, you see it's a little higher. If you press it too fast, then as you see, it's a little too short, just a little bit. You can still make it, but you'll see in later jumps that it's beneficial to have that small gap with the jump, like tap tap. Tap tap. It's just a little higher. So you're able to make these gaps a little bit, and you have a little more fine-tuned controls. Does it save much? Not here, not really, not much, but makes this jump a little easier. You have one less jump that you need to be precise with. You'll also see it happens there. You get to go to the next step. Here you get to make this jump in one. This part is no different. I'll jump over those spikes because I'm sure you're curious of the spike thing I do later. Other fun utilization I have of this technique is here. You notice I don't have the platforms, and yet I can double jump and make that without any problem. Other small portion of this can be done in this here, as well as here. Skip that one jump and continue. One other place that you'll see that's once again still the same as the original route that Aqua made was this one. You high jump here. I just do a higher jump only in the beginning. But as you see, otherwise it's the same. And now here's my favorite part. You do the higher jump there. And here's where it deviates from Opry 999's route. Instead of going right and continuing upward, I do a leap of faith, jump. And I do a better job in the speedrun, but I utilize spike jump. So effectively, if you hold down the jump button before you touch the ground, you're able to actually continue jumping without actually touching the ground, as you notice. And it resets your double jump. This can be utilized on spikes, so you don't actually collide with the spikes, but the collision to check to see if you are quote-unquote on the ground still runs and returns true. It says I'm on the ground, but as you see, I am not jumping off the ground. This is similar logic to how the higher jump works. Now the only difference is you can do it on spikes, so you don't have to go right. You continue off of here. It is, of course, difficult to do. And you have to time it pretty right. I wouldn't say it's pixel perfect. There's a decent window for it. But yeah, as you saw in the video I did, I can go all the way across. This is a poor example of it, and shouldn't be used for the quintessential run. Another difference in the route is here when you're on your way back. You can higher jump there into a double jump and grab that. Now there's another application to the spike jump that I have not mentioned. It applies to death barrier collision as well. This is not something I'd try in a route because I don't have the patience, but you could theoretically. What I was saying was you could theoretically do this. I was saying you could theoretically do this. What I meant was that I could do this 7 times in a row. Can't even get this once. Alright, this time I'll show you how useful it. I refuse to cut this portion out. I will succeed in it to show that it... Like so, it works. And as you see, I did not make it to the next room. But still, in theory, you could go all the way across and touch the next room barrier. Which I'm definitely not going to try to do. Yep, of course I'm trying it. Of course I'm trying it. So the larger issue with this is that the graphic for the death barrier is not the same as the actual collision for the death barrier. Which makes it more fun and challenging, right? Right? I promised myself that was my last try. Yeah, surprise, surprise, I did not do it. For the very brave, you could possibly go underneath there. I could even check from here, maybe. See if that would... I'm gonna make this my respawn point so I can test it. So yes, ignoring that possibility, because there's no way I was testing it completely, at least right now. Another one that you can do is, obviously, you can do the high jump here and grab that. You can do the same from over here. You can do the same from over here. There, easy grab. See? Look at that, no problem. And there you have it. Those are the route changes and some small exploits that I found. Wonder what other applications there could be for it. Maybe one for all gems I don't know about. Who knows?